Money comes with many things, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Many wealthy men will tell you the truth. Money alone does not make a man happy. In a small, quiet village surrounded by red earth roads and old palm trees, 3 childhood friends grew up together. They shared the same food, the same dreams, and the same struggles. Their names were Chukwudi, Emeka, and Ibrahim. They were poor, but they were hopeful. Every evening, they sat under the moonlight, listening to the wise words of elders. One name always echoed in their ears: Pa Igwe, a man whose words carried the weight of life itself. Pa Igwe always said, "Where you start in life does not matter. What matters is where you are heading, but never forget, where you are from is a fuel that pushes you forward." Life in the village was hard. Their parents worked endlessly, yet hunger still knocked on their doors. That was the day the 3 friends made a decision that would change their lives forever. They would leave the village. They would go to the city. They would search for greener pastures, not just for themselves, but for their families. What they didn't know was that greener pastures sometimes hide dangerous snakes. With small bags and big dreams, Chukwudi, Emeka, and Ibrahim set out for the city. They had one plan, Plan A. A friend in the city was supposed to welcome them, but when they arrived and called his number, switched off. They tried again, still nothing. Night was slowly falling. The city was huge, strange faces everywhere. Pa Igwe's voice echoed in their minds. Never depend on Plan A alone. Always have Plan B, even Plan C. They had none. Fear crept into their hearts. In the city, people do anything to survive. Suddenly, they heard a familiar sound, their native language. An elderly man was walking past, speaking on his phone. Hope returned instantly. Language, after all, connects faster than blood. They followed him quietly. Suddenly, the man turned. "Why are you following me?" he asked sharply. "Do you want to rob me?" The 3 young men raised their hands immediately, eyes wide, voices shaking. "No, sir. Please, sir. We only need help." The man studied them closely, from head to toe. Then he softened. His name was Mr. Nnamdi Okori. They explained everything: the village, the journey, the missing friend, the fear. Mr. Okori sighed and said, "I will help you only for tonight because you speak my language. But do not make me regret this." Their hearts jumped with joy. Mr. Okori took them home. Through the window, his wife, Mama Grace Okori, saw her husband arriving with 3 young men. She was surprised, but she opened the door without hesitation. Pa Igwe always said, "The kind of woman a man marries determines how long he will live." Inside the house, Mr. Okori explained everything to his wife. Mama Grace smiled gently and said, "No problem, my husband. I trust your judgment." That night, she served them food with warmth and kindness. The boys ate like men who had escaped danger. At least, they would not sleep on the streets of a city where desperation rules. The next morning, Mr. Okori asked them, "What is your next move?" The boys were confused. Their plan had failed. Mr. Okori thought for a moment and said, "When I go to the market today, I will speak to some friends." That evening, he returned with life-changing news. 3 wealthy businessmen agreed to take the boys in, not as owners, but as trainees. The condition was clear: 5 years of service, full dedication. After 5 years, they would be settled. Chukwudi accepted immediately, but Emeka frowned. 5 years is too long, he whispered. Chukwudi replied, "A journey of 1,000 miles starts with 1 step. We didn't leave home to quit halfway." Ibrahim nodded, but his heart was restless. Life under the businessman was hard. Long hours, little rest, no shortcuts. After some time, Emeka and Ibrahim gave up. They wanted quick success, but Pa Igwe always said, "Can a man run faster than his shadow?" Only Chukwudi endured. When the 5 years ended, the businessman kept his promise. Chukwudi was settled with millions of naira. A shop, business knowledge and prayers. Within 3 years, Chukwudi became very wealthy. His name spread like sweet perfume. From the city back to the village, his parents walked proudly, their shoulders lifted, their tears turned to joy. When Emeka and Ibrahim heard of Chukwudi's success, they visited him. Chukwudi welcomed them with joy, but they lied. They pretended to be rich. In truth, they could barely feed themselves. Jealousy grew in their hearts like poison. They began to plot, not to harm his body, but to destroy his business. They connected with a corrupt official and planned false accusations. One morning, officials stormed Chukwudi's shop. They sealed it. They arrested him. He was shocked. At the station, he demanded proof. Then came the words that broke his heart. "Your childhood friends reported you. They will testify." Chukwudi couldn't believe it, but he remembered something. Wealth attracts jealousy from lazy minds. He called Mr. Okori. Mr. Okori rushed to the station and contacted his daughter, a senior officer. The truth came out. The false accusers were arrested. Chukwudi was cleared. Everything was returned to him. Chukwudi got back his wealth. His name was cleared. Justice was served. But one thing was still missing: his peace of mind. Because the deepest wound is not from strangers. It is from the people you once called brothers. Chukwudi returned home that night, but sleep refused to come. His body was free, his business restored, his name cleared, yet his heart was heavy. The laughter in his house sounded empty. The walls felt cold. The betrayal replayed in his mind like a broken drum. "How?" he whispered to himself. "How did we start from the same ground and end like this?" Pa Igwe's words returned again. "If you do not guard your heart, even success will wound you." Days passed. Customers returned. Business flourished again. Money flowed like a river after heavy rain. But Chukwudi noticed something strange. Wealth no longer excited him the way it used to. Each night he remembered the village, the laughter, the barefoot races, the shared dreams. He realized something painful. Success feels empty when shared memories are poisoned by envy. Emeka and Ibrahim were now behind bars. For the first time in their lives, they tasted the bitterness of their own actions. No soft bed, no freedom, just cold walls and long nights. That was when hunger taught them what wisdom could not. Emeka cried one night and said, "We were impatient. We wanted harvest without planting." Ibrahim replied with shaking lips, "We blame Chukwudi instead of blaming our laziness." But regret, like broken glass, cannot be put back together. One evening, Chukwudi did something no one expected. He went to the prison. When the guards called Emeka and Ibrahim and told them who was waiting, they thought it was a joke. When they saw Chukwudi standing there, well-dressed, calm, silent, their knees weakened. They expected insults. They expected revenge. Instead, Chukwudi spoke softly. "I did not come to mock you. I came because we once shared the same dust." Tears rolled freely. Chukwudi continued, "You wanted to destroy me, yet you destroyed yourselves. But hear this, I will not let hatred finish what jealousy started." Chukwudi met Mr. Okori afterward and shared his plan. Mr. Okori looked at him deeply and said, "My son, Forgiveness is powerful, but be careful. Not everyone who cries has changed. Chukwudi nodded. I know, sir, but if I harden my heart, I become what hurt me. Against all expectations, Chukwudi withdrew the case. The law still punished Emeka and Ibrahim, but not to the full extent. When they were released months later, they were not the same men. They were thinner, quieter, broken, but awake. News spread quickly. The three boys have returned. The village gathered like old times. Chukwudi rebuilt his parents' house and helped others quietly. He didn't shout his generosity. He practiced it. Pa Igwe called him and said, "My son, wealth that does not heal others will eventually poison the owner." Chukwudi smiled. One evening, Emeka and Ibrahim came to Chukwudi, not with lies, not with pride, but with truth. "We don't want money," Emeka said. "We want to learn." Silence filled the room. This was the final test. Chukwudi looked at them and said, "I will not give you wealth. I will give you work." They agreed. This time, they served with humility. Years later, the village told a story. 3 boys left together. 1 endured. 2 strayed. All learned. And Pa Igwe's final words echoed through generations. Wealth reveals the heart. Patience builds the future. And envy is the knife that cuts the hand that holds it. Time passed quietly, the way deep things always do. The noise of betrayal faded. The prison gates closed behind the past. What remained was choice. The choice to become better or bitter. Chukwudi chose better. Years after the storm, Chukwudi was no longer known only for his wealth. Many men in the city were rich, but few were respected. Chukwudi became both. His businesses grew, but he refused to grow arrogant. He still bowed to elders. He still greeted children. He still remembered the dust of the village road. Pa Igwe once told him, "A man is truly wealthy when his name opens doors even in his absence." That was Chukwudi now. Emeka and Ibrahim worked under Chukwudi, not as friends, not as enemies, but as students of life. This time there was no shortcut. They woke early. They listened more than they spoke. They failed, learned, and tried again. Slowly, life reshaped them. One evening, Ibrahim said with tears, "If patience had a voice, it would sound like yours." Emeka added quietly, "We mistook speed for progress." Chukwudi answered, "Life is not a race, it is a lesson." The village received sad news. Pa Igwe was old and weak. Chukwudi returned to the village immediately. The old man held his hand and smiled faintly. "My son," Pa Igwe said, "many people will remember your money, but let them remember your character more." He paused, then added his final words. "The world will test you with hunger, with success, and with betrayal. If your heart survives all 3, you have truly lived." Those were the last words Pa Igwe spoke. In honor of Pa Igwe, Chukwudi did something unexpected. He didn't build a statue. He didn't name a street. He built a training center in the village, a place where young men and women could learn skills, patience, and discipline, so they would not rush into destruction, chasing quick success. Above the gate was written, "After many years of proven loyalty and growth, Chukwudi settled Emeka and Ibrahim, not with pity, but with trust." They started small businesses of their own. This time, they protected them with patience. This time, they knew better. One evening, Chukwudi sat outside his house, watching the sunset. Children laughed nearby. The air was calm. Mr. Okorie, now old, sat beside him and said, "You came to the city with nothing. You gained everything, yet you lost nothing of yourself." Chukwudi smiled and replied, I learned that wealth comes and goes, but legacy stays. 3 friends left the village. 1 endured, 2 betrayed. All were tested. In the end, the greatest victory was not money, but wisdom, patience, and a clean heart. And so the story ends with this truth. Your beginning does not define you. Your endurance does. Pa Igwe used to say, life does not reward noise, it rewards consistency. Chukwudi had learned this truth the hard way. He did not chase love. He did not force affection. He focused on living right, and then, quietly, destiny found him. Her name was Ifunanya Okori. To the nation, she was Commissioner of Police, Ifunanya Okori, a woman whose presence alone commanded discipline and order. To her parents, she was their precious daughter. To Chukwudi, she was something deeper. He had met her several times, during family visits, moments of gratitude, and official occasions. Their conversations were never loud, never careless, always thoughtful. What drew Chukwudi to her was not her position. Pa Igwe's voice echoed in his heart. If you choose a woman because of what she has, you will lose yourself when she loses it. What Chukwudi saw in Ifunanya was character. Calm strength, quiet wisdom, a heart that understood responsibility. Before love took root, Chukwudi tested himself. He asked, is it admiration or is it love? Pa Igwe had warned him, a man who lies to his heart will later lie to his destiny. When he found his answer, he went to Mr. Okori, not as a rich man, but as a grateful son. That evening, Chukwudi sat before Mr. Okori. After greetings, he spoke slowly. Sir, you fed me when hunger was loud. You sheltered me when the city was strange. Pa Igwe used to say, he who forgets the hand that lifted him will surely fall. I have not forgotten. Mr. Okori nodded. Chukwudi continued, today, I come to ask for your blessing. I wish to marry your daughter. The room became still. Mr. Okori finally spoke. My daughter walks a hard path. Her name is heavy. Her duty is demanding. Chukwudi replied gently. Pa Igwe said, do not pray for an easy road. Pray for strong legs. I am ready. Mama Grace wiped her tears. Ifunanya was called. She listened quietly. Then she said, I have watched this man. Power did not corrupt him. Wealth did not blind him. She turned to Chukwudi and said, Pa Igwe said, a good name is stronger than iron. Your name is safe. In that moment, respect became love, and love became purpose. Their wedding was simple but meaningful. No excess, no pride. Pa Igwe once said, marriage is not for show, it is for shelter. The village rejoiced, the city witnessed, elders prayed. 2 lives became one, not in haste, but in understanding. Marriage did not change Chukwudi. Authority did not change Ifunanya. Instead, they strengthened each other. Pa Igwe's wisdom lived in their home. When husband and wife walk together, even darkness becomes afraid. Their house became a place of peace, not fear, of counsel, not control. One quiet evening, Chukwudi stood beside his wife and said, we came to the city with nothing. A man helped us. Now I carry his name with honor. Ifunanya smiled and replied, Pa Igwe was right. What you plant with patience will feed generations. A boy left the village in search of survival. A man returned with wisdom. A family was built on gratitude, patience, and honor. And Pa Igwe's voice echoed one last time. When a man walks right, even destiny will stand up to greet him.